Hello everyone, and welcome to the game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Scharnhorst, a tier 7 German battleship. I'm on the map Haven, 4-point domination game. We are top tier at tier 7, which is quite lovely. Unfortunately there are 2 submarines, so yeah, something we gotta deal with. Now technically there are quite a few friendly ships here on this flank, but with 2 submarines being here it doesn't feel like we have such a force here, and we'll have to see how useful they're going to be. Now meanwhile our U-Duchy is refusing to contest B, which is a shame. It's not like there's any radar here, so nothing would stop the U-Duchy from sitting in B. But I guess it just doesn't want to. Now we've pushed the Scane out of C, so hopefully we're gonna get this cap. But you know, game's still early. With the Scane having been forced to retreat, I would expect it to come around this flank and potentially torpedo us. Now I'm currently detected by planes, but I wasn't detected by anything else, which means the enemy's cone is definitely not in this area just yet. So torpedoes are not a threat. Well, yet. they will arrive at some point. Now I've got my division mate Sully here with me. And oh, I'm undetected. Okay, so we know that destroyer isn't here. There is a destroyer in the center, although it's moving in a way that I won't be able to shoot it as no matter how much I want to. The island is going to stop. Now the enemy battleships are sort of retreating, which probably turns this into a long-range engagement. It's not really ideal for our German battleships here. But hey, I'm getting a few secondary hits in. Not that the secondaries on the Scharnhorst are that powerful just yet, but you know, they are a nice addition to the damage I might be doing. Now the problem is, how do we play this here? As I've said, like, a long-range engagement isn't something we really want to, but the biggest issue is that we are now unaware if the enemy destroyer shows up. Because we're detected by the Gneise now, we can't use anything like spotting as an indication. And, well, there's a sub coming, not quite in range just yet though. Oh, wait, there is another sub here. And, oh, our destroyer found it. Also, isn't it interesting just how far forward the ping indication was and how far backward the actual sub was? Anyway, now thankfully the T-22 is hydroing that submarine, and hydro can detect submarines within 2 kilometers, even if they dive. So that sub's not escaping, and Sully got it with his depth charge. Also, by the way, the Scone has now been spotted, so we know where the torps are coming from. So this could have gone really bad, but it went reasonably well. I'm gonna damage con those 2 fires. And I'm trying to reverse and see if I can shoot the Scone. Now I'm broadside to the Synop, which is not ideal. But it's unclear if the Synop is even gonna shoot me. And if we could get the destroyer here, that would be huge in the long run. Now, I got 2 hits in it, but not quite enough. Also, it's healing, and it's probably gonna be in concealment, yeah. Meanwhile, there is Jarvis coming in here from the left. The Synop is also getting closer. The Gneise now is retreating right now. I'm hopefully gonna get some shots into this DD that's charging our submarine. But I don't think I can maneuver that fast. That's a shame. So I guess shooting the Synop is going to be what I'm doing for now. The Synop is retreating again. It is not that well angled. I suppose I could just sit here and shoot it a bit. Then again, I wasn't that well angled either. So we've already lost both of our submarines. The enemy has lost 1. The last enemy submarine is inside this cap. This is... I mean, there are a lot of enemy ships there, although quite a few of them are invisible. By invisible, I mean they're subs or destroyers. Now this Jarvis is pushing it, so this is a risky move, because as we have established there's quite a bit of firepower, but if I could get around here and sink the Jarvis, it would be nice. Unfortunately I'm detected, probably from the rear. That means Jarvis has advanced warning. I was hoping I could somewhat ambush it, but that's not gonna happen. So now I've committed. The Jarvis is relatively close, so I guess having armor piercing high explosive preloaded would be nice. Now here is the problem. Of course this guy has torpedoes, and I have an island, right? If I could just turn away, this would work out splendidly, but I can't. Thankfully, it looks like the torpedoes are going to miss, but unfortunately, yeah, there was the sun. So I'm gonna try to put some stuff in there. And I do damage con, but you know, the damage con is too late. The torps were already curving, and so I'm eating quite a bit of subfish. I probably should never have come around this corner. Mind you, it was a bit of an aggressive move, and see, the thing is, it would have worked without that island here, but I can't really make an argument that I didn't know there was an island, right? The island was somewhat obvious, wasn't it? Now I'm escaping here, and it looks like Sully is trying to make an aggressive move this time, although he really should be making a right turn and getting out of here again. I barely got away with my life here, and it wasn't the smartest move, honestly. And I didn't even get the destroyer that I wanted to sink in the first place. So, luckily I survived. I'm trying to keep an eye out for that submarine. Oh, there was this cone. Would have paid more attention to that. Okay, maybe there is a cruiser we can sink. Not moving very fast, somewhat broadside. And, oh, there are torpedoes incoming. Now, those are Sconefish. I'm not sure how close it was. Can I get the sub? No. But we got the cruiser. So, Sully is sending some depth charges after the sub, though. Sub is actually on the surface. I can shoot. Okay, torpedoes are averted. Now, we have the B camp by now, which is, by the way, pretty nice, and we are equal on ships. So overall, it could be going worse. Now we've lost Sully there to the Jarvis torps, and maybe we can get the Jarvis in return. That would be really helpful. We technically have two cruisers with shots at it. We've just lost the destroyer, that's bad. Come on, team. Get the Jarvis. Believe in you. Come on. So, you know, the last time I went around this corner to sink a Jarvis, it didn't end so well. Maybe I shouldn't do this again. So I've launched a plane mostly to help spot, hoping that it would... I wanted to get the plane in the air, basically, in the hopes that it would help keep Jarvis spotted in case it tried to go for concealment. But, you know, we got it. Anyway. So... the enemy team seems to be relatively in retreat. Now, if we can get the C cap here, then we could potentially get ahead on points. We are one ship behind. It's not the worst it could be. Now, personally, I'm not that healthy, so I just need to play it a bit careful. I'm going through a heal, and I will have only one more left. Maybe we can shoot the Gneiser now through this gap here a little bit. Or maybe we can't. Maybe we can't. Now I'm looking for that sub. We can see the torpedoes here, but not sure where the sub is exactly. We have two cruisers inside that cap, which is a weird choice. Like, if the cruisers were where I am, they could use that islands and shoot the Bayern, for example, from safety. It's admirable that... oh, the sub's back there. Well, okay, there's no point. It's too far away. So, what I was saying is, it's nice that they wanna take an objective, and it would be good if we had another one. But, you know, it's like two cruisers out in the open, they're gonna get wrecked. We know there's at least one destroyer around to could keep them spotted. Well, there's a second one going for B, and there is potentially the sub here. So yeah, the cruisers should have probably been behind an island, and you know there are targets visible that they can potentially shoot. Meanwhile, we had a battleship charge into the enemy forces and got wrecked accordingly. So yeah. Now I'm trying to play it careful. I've, with my carelessness, already thrown away too many of my hit points early on. Problem is we are falling further and further behind on ships, and we don't even have the caps. Now Viper is trying to change that. Meanwhile, Amestrale is trying to potentially go for B, but we still have a Celebs potentially protecting. For now, I'm, well, you know, I'm getting some damage into the Congo, and there goes the Celebs. You know, this is rapidly turning really, really bad. I mean, let's try to get a shot in there, although it seems unlikely. I can't push the enemies, there are way too many of them. Also, if we can get the C cap, then we can get ahead on points. So technically, once we have 2 caps, we can try to play a more defensive game. Maybe the Synop is a target that we can engage next. I'm getting detected here, unsurprisingly. But oh, there is a Confederate. And there is that sub again, it's even on the surface. Let's try shooting it. Unfortunately, too far away for depth charges, but oh, 3 hits, nice. Well, we'll see. The sub, oh wait, Viper got the sub, nice, okay. So sub's been dealt with. That's one less thing to worry about. And I haven't forgotten the hopes of that sub that I ate earlier, so it feels like some nice justice there. Meanwhile, we are losing the B cap, which I was afraid of. Now we have C. Interestingly, we keep trading caps with the enemies, and no one really gets that much of a cap advantage for a long time. So Synop broadside, obviously Scharnhorst AP isn't going to be worth changing there, but it does a little bit of something. Now I gotta be really careful here around this island. So by the way, if you are wondering why I haven't used my heal yet, it's basically because I can profit from Adrenaline Rush. Oh, there is this cane. Okay, now I need to get moving because there probably will be torps, and I need to pick up some speed to be maneuverable there. Now I'm gonna use the heal because I've sort of entered this engagement. So yeah, I wanted to keep my Adrenaline Rush going as much as possible. And since it was the last heal, there was no reason to use it earlier. Now, no Cane Torps have been visible just yet, which means they probably aren't here. So I can actually go and reverse a little bit back to a more safer spot. Having been going through my last heal means there is no further chance to recover health. I'm trying to get this gear off with not much effect. So there is one fire on me. I could damage con that single fire, but I would be right up the I mean, I'm getting really low. At this point, it might even be worth trying, even if it comes with a certain risk. Oh, we got a strike team. That's lovely. Now I decided to damage con now, because now I'm in concealment and I'm reversing far enough in the back that I'm probably not going to be shot at by the high explosive. So the idea is that I can hopefully help take care of the Congo while being relatively safe of the other ships. If I can force like one-on-one engagements or so, that would be lovely. Meanwhile, there goes another one of our ships, and the enemy is at 930 points. They have quite a few more ships, and they have an equal number of caps. So, you know, you'd be... You'd be hard-pressed to imagine we're going to win this, but you know, we won't give up. Still trying to sink this Congo. I'm getting a little bit closer to the island here to hopefully get some more cover. Unfortunately, the island here is not very high. Congo is getting some bad RNG, that's good, and we got the Congo. Okay. So, still not looking that good. The Mestrale is coming for the decap. Now that's, well, the good news is that gives Viper a chance to sink it. Like, all the enemy has to do to win this is basically nothing. They have vastly more ships, they have more points, and there is barely any time left. So the enemy could just reach 1,000 points with the caps. They could just run down the clock. All the enemy has to do is not take any risks, right? The problem is we don't really have that luxury. We really need to sink something. So I'm trying to take care of the Kirov here. Viper is... I can try to turn my guns here to help Viper, but I think Viper got this. Okay, Viper won against the Mestrale. That was very important. And oh, no, there is a Citadel, finally. Okay. So, we are technically now ahead on points. There's a slight problem, though. Our Congo is barely left floating. As you can see, our Congo is at 1,000 hit points, so we're gonna lose the Congo. And, okay, we got the Gneiser now. Now we're gonna lose the Congo. After we lose the Congo... How's it gonna look? I would have been in concealment here. Congo is actually healing. This is... Oh, the shoulder. So this is, how shall we say? Not an easy decision to make. Basically, should I try to go into concealment? My concealment is pretty bad, mind you. But if I try to reverse here, I might be able to go undetected. Now, the enemy was focusing the Congo, so I could get in some free hits without being shot at. See, we are ahead right now. But if we lose another ship like the Graf Spee or myself, then we would be in problems. Now they will keep shooting the Graf Spee. And oh, there's a Kraken. So basically my reasoning was, as long as they are focusing the Congo, that's gonna die anyway. I do as much damage as possible, and by sinking the Bayern, I now have created a situation where if we lose either myself or the Spee, we still win. And yeah, it's 18 seconds to go. The enemy is going to lose this. Well, now, somehow we won. The enemy really threw this. So I was pretty uncertain if I should engage in the end, because it was relatively low. But on the other hand, our Graf Spee was engaging, and obviously our Congo was getting focus fired, so I figured I wouldn't risk much by going into the fray, and there were a lot of potential gains. I figured we might need to sink further ships in order to win this, and hey, it all worked out. So anyway, that was a pretty close game. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you next time.